All right. There we go. I'll edit that little part
Hey,
out.
we're recording, huh?
We're recording.
Is it episode 1?
Episode 1. What's that little?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That better sound. Okay.
Yeah. That's good. Well, hey everyone. Welcome to the blueprint. Yeah, let's start that one. Let's try that one again, huh?
Yeah, not sure what happened
My
there.
goodness.
Okay.
Yeah. Technical difficulties. I think it's the mic.
Yeah, that's the mic.
Hey everybody, welcome to the blueprint.
There we go. That's better. Okay.
Is that better? Welcome to
Yeah.
the blueprint. I'm Curtis Mitchell,
I'm Michael Maley.
and this is episode 1. We don't really know where this is going or kind of what we want out of it, but I figured we just start a podcast and see where it goes.
Yeah, Curtis and I are two real estate agents, totally different markets. He's in Arizona. I'm in Nebraska. We have a lot of the same hobbies and clientele. We thought this would be kind of fun to just get on here and just kind of chat about real estate and everything related to that, and also business, not just real estate. But
Yeah.
so
Make
this
it
will
fun and
be kind of
exciting
fun
and
to
not
see where it
just a
goes.
boring podcast. We want this to be more laid back and fun and just like a normal conversation. So we'll see.
Okay, so
All right.
yeah, I'm gonna have to download editing software, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, my thought was like, I don't know if anyone's gonna tune into the entire episode. Maybe they will.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully they will.
Yeah,
But a lot of this is just take clips and pieces of
yeah.
or little nuggets and
No,
use
yeah, that's
that
kind of
for
my goal
whatever,
too. I mean, like, I've never listened to an actual full Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, because they're
But
2 hours long or 3
I know,
hours
yeah, and
long.
I'm not gonna listen to all that. But like when you are scrolling through Instagram, I always see like a 30-second clip of his podcast, or so that's like, it'll be good content creation out of here. So
Heck yeah. Well,
so yeah, we'll have to download this and then edit it somehow. So
totally fine.
we'll have
I'm
to
good with that.
find editing software. So hopefully not as hard as I think to edit things, but
You might have to hire somebody.
well, my social media team can do it.
Yeah.
They already
I
told me they
can't do
don't.
it.
They already told me they don't want to, but whatever. They'll have to, so we'll be fine.
That's good. Well,
What'd you do this weekend? Did you like
I was
sell any
gonna say
houses
let's
or
start. I
anything?
was gonna cheers you to episode 1. We've been talking about this for
Oh,
months, and we finally made it happen. So
Okay, cheers.
cheers. Yeah, just something small to.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to go grab mine, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Suppose I could just drink out of that if I wanted to, but
Why not? It's episode 1.
it's okay. It's okay.
This
I
weekend,
I drank at lunch. We're okay.
Oh, good for you. It's lunchtime for me right now. I should have ate before this, but priorities. Yeah, this weekend I have a 2.5-year-old son who is my absolute pride and joy, and he had the flu this weekend. And I think real estate is great that you can kind of work around the schedule, but weekends are typically the busy times. So having a sick kid on the weekend is certainly tough, but I survived and we made it happen. So even today, he didn't go to school today either. So,
have you ever had to bring Cal on a showing?
I have multiple times actually. And when he was a baby, it was a lot easier because I could just carry him around. But now that he's running and being nuts, it can be challenging for sure. He gets into everything, and he's a super fun age. I absolutely love this age, and he's so fun right now, and he's talking a lot, and man, we have a really good time. And he's like funny, he makes jokes, like I'm really seeing his personality, and I absolutely love it. So love being a dad.
Oh, that's great.
For sure. Heck yeah. How's your weekend?
Pretty good. I just showed houses all weekend, so I did not have a child at home with the flu. But yeah, I kind of showed all different price ranges, 300 to 2 million. So
there you go.
Got the 300 under contract. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, cash closing in a week. So that's exciting. So those are the easiest ones to do. So that's awesome. Those are the
I had
ones like
one.
we're blessed. Those are the ones like we're blessed to have, because if you do like my hourly, like how much time I have in it versus what I'm going to make, my ROI is great. And then it averages
Mhm.
out with the ones that I've spent 3 years with.
Oh,
And, I haven't, you don't make anything. So it kind of averages out.
that's good. Yeah, I just had one of mine just canceled on me, 300,000. I have the listing. Buyer canceled in their inspection period.
Oh,
That one's going back live. Hopefully in the next few days.
what was wrong
We had
with
to.
it?
It had like a leak. I think it's leaking from the window. I think there was a roof leak and also like a window leak deal that was getting into the drywall.
Mm.
So we got somebody in there today fixing everything, and we're gonna go back active. But that was, I don't know why the buyer just for some reason was so afraid of fixing something, and we
Yeah.
gave them a credit to do it, and they just didn't.
Or they just got cold feet on the house and just use the inspection.
Yeah, one of those.
I have a house that I have to had water damage, and I have to completely gut the thing and remodel it for a client. So that's going to
Is
be
that
an
the one that you
interesting
sent me?
adventure. Yeah.
The roof
Yeah. So that's going to
or
be
the
an interesting
ceiling?
adventure. It wasn't the roof.
Oh,
Yeah. The ceiling caved in from all the water damage. So that's going to be an interesting one to fix.
insurance cover that, hopefully.
I don't know. I haven't asked yet. But my general contracting company is going to go in and like renovate the whole thing, and then I'll put it up for sale when it's done. So it'll be kind of an
Gosh,
adventure.
what a pain. Yeah, that's a bummer.
I know. I just wanted a $2 million listing out of the deal, and now we got to renovate the whole thing. So,
Ugh. Yeah, that's
but
it'll
I
be
mean,
good when it's
me,
all done
I
though.
I kind of like doing that stuff anyway. It's kind of fun, and
Yeah.
it's a new adventure. So it'll be.
Yeah, one of these episodes, like when I was texting you, like I really want to go through the whole process of specking out a house and picking tile and colors and all that kind of stuff. 'Cause I think that's a really interesting topic.
Yeah, no, that'd be a fun
That'd be
episode
cool.
for sure. I feel like we can
Yeah.
ask people too, like what they want to talk, what they want us to talk about.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, we got to figure out. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the fun part about this is we have kind of a direction, but we don't really have a set that has to be this certain way.
Right.
So we could freestyle it a little bit and make it fun and interesting.
Yeah. And we can ask, if they want to see guests, if they just want to, just have us talk what they want us to talk about. It'll give us ideas, our own little blueprint.
Guess is probably good. I don't know how many people will just who knows actually. Just sit down and hang out with us for an hour.
Half an hour.
Half
Okay.
an hour.
Yeah. Hour.
20 minutes maybe.
Yeah. Well, what's your background, if you want to explain?
Yeah, okay. Well, born and raised in Arizona.
Lucky.
Grew up in North Phoenix-ish area. It was kind of rural. Grew up on an acre horse property, and I am not the cowboy type. You could probably tell. I think we had one horse at one point for my sister, and I think I rode the thing once. So not really my thing. I'm been involved in sports pretty much my whole life, though. Basketball in particular was my jam. No pun intended on that one. That didn't. So yeah, grew up there. Went to school in Colorado. Went to a Division II school in Denver called Regis University. Shout out Regis. And played basketball there. So did my whole college experience as a collegiate athlete and had an amazing time. Still kind of played basketball till the last year or so. I tore both my Achilles 2 years in a row. So that's been interesting. But got into real estate. I graduated 2011. Got into real estate beginning of 2012. So my dad was / is still an agent. And in 2011, everyone, as you know, the market was horrible.
Yes.
No one was really hiring. So when I graduated, didn't really know what to do, but I knew I was moving back from Denver. And my dad was like, get your real estate license. I got a business degree, kind of a generic marketing business degree, and always been interested in business and kind of wanted to run my own thing. And real estate allows you to do that. And it was just kind of a easy segue into starting a career. So 2012, I got my license and just kind of haven't stopped since. So we've grown the team a little bit and just want to keep growing and selling and making a lot of impact. So
how many agents are on your team again?
There are 4 full-time agents, and then we got a transaction coordinator. So we had at one point 6 or 7 agents, and we've kind of split ways a little bit and restructured. And I'm very, excited about the future for us. We're nailing down some systems and some more foundational stuff that I probably should have done years ago. But we should be able to grow pretty quick once all that stuff's done. But for now, it's just kind of focusing on my personal business side of things and doing all that. So it's been exciting. I think this is going to be an amazing year, not only personally, but just the real estate world in general. I know it's kind of crazy, but I mean, I say that every year is kind of crazy though. Like there's always something every year where we're like, oh, this was nuts this year. Is COVID or
Yeah, real
whatever the
estate's
thing.
always
So
crazy. There's always
it's
something
always
that's
crazy.
changing in
So
the
it's
market, right?
yeah. So but I'm hopeful and I'm grateful to be doing this, honestly.
So two
So
things: when you're over 30, you golf. That's your sport.
I golf a lot. I actually just golfed yesterday.
No, I meant
And
like
no, just in general.
people
Yeah.
over 30 just don't play other sports, just golf.
Yeah.
Then you won't
I know,
tear
but
your
basketball was
Achilles.
twice. I can't honestly.
Twice,
I'm an
yes.
anomaly. Yeah, that was, and it was almost a year, like to the day or
Oh, I
to the
didn't know
month,
that.
really. Yeah, one was October, the other one was November. It was like 3 weeks apart, probably,
Oh.
to the month.
And also,
But,
I've only ridden a horse once in my life, and
yeah,
it bent down to take a poop when I was on it. So I just got off the horse, and I don't want to get on a horse again. So
yeah, not really my thing. We have
no.
a lot of horse people. I have one under contract right now that they do rodeos and roping and all that kind of stuff. And I told them when we close, you're gonna teach me to rope, but not on a horse, but just like rope and like just teach me how to throw a rope. I guess I don't know.
All I needed to learn
know what
how
the
to
term
do.
is.
All I need to do is line dance, and I'm good. I don't.
There you go.
I don't need the rest of the country stuff. I do have a cowboy hat though.
Do you? Oh, so I
Yeah.
don't have any of that. I don't know
We
if
were
I'd ever
in
wear it.
we were in Nashville, and we ended up walking into a cowboy hat store, and I walk out with, of course, like the most expensive cowboy
I was
hat
gonna
they
say,
have.
tell me what you spent because the people have to know.
I mean, I think it was like a $600 hat. And what was funny was when we were going to leave, so I had my suitcase and a backpack, and they counted my cowboy hat as a carry-on. So it couldn't, I couldn't bring 2 bags on plus that. So I had to just put the thing on. And so I'm sitting there in first class with my cowboy hat on, the white mask, and then all my friends are just walking by, and I'm just like, hey.
That's so funny.
It was so. I mean,
why would they consider that a carry-on?
No idea. Obviously, I took it off during the flight, but that was just kind of funny.
That's weird.
So I looked like a real cowboy, I guess.
Yeah, for a day.
Good for a day.
I'm proud of
like
you.
3 hours, actually.
That's good. And have you worn it since?
No. I don't have anywhere to I mean, where am I going to wear it? I'm not going to wear it around town. Plus, I like my hair. I'm not going to put a hat on.
Yeah, I feel that. I should need to cut my hair. Pretty
I know,
bad. Bad
cut
planning for that.
What'd you say?
Episode 1. Said I had some pretty bad planning for episode 1 to not even have my hair cut. So
that's all right. We'll be doing good.
Sick babies. That's what a sick baby will do. It just throws your wrench in all your plans.
Sounds like an excuse, but okay.
I'm taking it and running with it.
I'm surprised there's so many horse. I'm surprised there's so many horse people in Arizona.
There's a ton of horse. There's a huge population of rodeo people, and especially kind of further up north.
Seems too hot.
I mean, it's nice right now. I mean, we have the same time of year where Barry Jackson car show or the car auction and Waste Management and all that. We have like the biggest Arabian horse show like in the world or something out here. Or people from all over the country will fly here to, I don't know if it's like a show, like you show off your horse, or if it's like a rodeo or.
Dude, horses are so expensive.
And they're extremely expensive. Yeah. And horse people got money. That's another.
Yeah. I mean, I know someone who spent like $1 million on a horse before.
Yeah. Especially racehorses. Racehorses are crazy money.
Yeah. And they don't even race. They just spent $1 million on a horse. I don't know if it was like a former racehorse or something, but.
There's show horses. There's like rodeo horses that you ride to rope, and it's a big business for sure. And maybe that could be another episode is we interview a rodeo person or somebody that
I love that.
Invests in horses. I think we know somebody that does that, and they invest in racehorses.
I'll I'll dress in my cowboy hat for that.
There you
for that.
go. Maybe I'll get it. The problem is like I feel like rodeo people know like a nice hat versus a not nice hat. And if I just
Mine's
went out
nice. Mine's good.
and bought a cheap hat, they would be like, you're
I
better
did
off just
not.
not even wearing a hat.
Mine was not cheap. I should have just bought
Yeah.
cowboy boots instead. I would have worn those a lot more
Well,
than a
boots
cowboy
are
hat.
expensive too, aren't they?
I know. Yeah, we
I
walked
don't
into
know.
the store in Nashville, and I don't know, boots were like $3,000 to $4,000. I was like, what in the world?
Jesus. Why?
Especially
Well, I
for
guess
something I'm not hardly ever gonna wear. I'm not gonna.
yeah. I guess that's everything. There's always some quality no matter what. And I think I mean, watches for one. That's
Gotta love that.
gotta love that. That was
Curtis
our
and I have
first.
matching. Curtis and I have matching watches. Can't
We
really
do.
tell, but we do.
Then I love it. That was the first thing I noticed, honestly. I
I
had to
know
give
that's
you
how
a
we
shout
became
out.
friends.
Yeah.
Was we were on a
Love
Zoom
love
for our
that.
company thing here in Omaha, and you noticed my watch, and
Hmm. The
now we're
watch
doing a
group is a small community.
podcast together.
Here we are. Look at us, huh?
Rolex bringing people together. Look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should say the watch. It's a GMT Master 2, aka the Batman.
That's all I know. I
Rolex.
didn't even know it's called whatever. I just call it the Batman.
Yeah, GMT Master 2. There's some people that memorize reference numbers
I got
for
to get another
Rolex.
one though. I have to have another one.
Yeah, me too. What's
The other
I've
one called? The Batman or the Pepsi?
Pepsi. There's a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They make
I finally figured this out a couple months ago. I get this random Facebook message from just some guy that goes, "Yo, bro, you want the Pepsi?" And I'm like Googling, like, is Pepsi some sort of like code word for like how'd this person get my phone number, or not my phone number? How'd they get like my Facebook Messenger account? Like I thought Pepsi was code word for something. And then I remembered like 2 weeks before that I had messaged this person because he had a Pepsi for sale. And
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, thank God that circled that together. I was a little bit confused.
So did you get it?
No,
I don't think you need one. You don't need another. You don't need another GMT. You got the
no,
best one. Unless
I
you get one
know.
of my buddies, actually, crazy enough, they make the white gold version with a meteorite dial. And he's
Oh,
got that. And it's
wow.
amazing. That
So,
watches. So technically it's a Pepsi. So
huh,
it's got a blue and red bezel, but it
hmm,
has a meteorite dial and it's all white
sick.
gold.
Oh,
It's sick.
so
It's
my
really,
buddy,
really sick.
he bought an AP for his wife. Yeah, it's like a
Lucky.
$60,000 watch. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It depends which one it is, but yeah.
at our little car condo. Oh, I'm gonna do the podcast from my car condo one of these days.
Do
Um,
that.
yeah, and from there, he has. They sent him this book. It's like this thick, and it's like leather, and it just highlights the watch and like the history of the watch brand. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen
I want that.
for buying a watch.
Yeah, I want that.
I'll show it to you one of these days
Yeah,
on the
do that.
podcast.
Yeah. What we should do is when I come to Omaha in August, bring the whole setup and we need to sit
Yeah,
down and do a podcast together.
yeah. I mean, I'm
I
sure I
think
can.
at your car condo or somewhere in Omaha
Heck yeah, that'll be
and
fun.
have Vince on or have somebody on, Charlie or whatever, Jeremy,
Vince would be
any of those
fun if
dudes.
I can get him to sit
Yeah.
still for 10 minutes. Oh, you're still
Maybe
taking
that's all.
that? I
Even
thought
if we get 10 minutes.
that was supposed to be a shot.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it wasn't?
It's a
Okay.
sipping at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
noticed.
Supposed to go to the gym in a little bit.
Oh, really? What do you do at the gym? Cardio, weightlifting?
So my ankle is just about better from the Achilles injury. So I can't run yet. So the only cardio I can do is like on a bike. So the plan
Oh,
is to get back in beach season shape. I used to be in really good shape when I was playing, and I need to get back. And I think part of that is one, getting older, and two, just making health. Well, it was not a priority for the last few years, and fitness and
yeah,
all
work
that.
gets
So
in the way.
work gets in the way, kids get in the way, life gets in the way, but I need to get back to make that a priority.
Do you have a Peloton?
I thought about buying one, actually.
Love my
I,
Peloton.
do you have one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I think
That's
I'm gonna
not to say that
can
I
you do
use it
rides
all the
together?
time. What?
Can you do rides together?
I mean,
Like,
you can join the same ride at the same time. So
okay, 'cause I don't really know how they work.
they just started the last couple years because like I mean, they have their classes at like really weird times. They're like 7:52 a.m. Like they're just very strange times.
Hmm.
And so I never was able to like hop onto a live ride. So they'll record the live ride, but then they start these things called sessions. And so like every like 15 minutes or so, they'll play each live ride again in a session. And so like, friends could just join the same session and then ride there together.
Gotcha. So I think that would be fun to do.
Yeah, a little race. There's
I need to
always
start.
that one guy in the peloton though that like he doesn't follow the metrics of the ride whatsoever. And like like whatever they are, the coach, the trainer, they're up there like, hey, like resistance is supposed to be like whatever, like I don't know, like 62, and speed's supposed to be this. And then this guy's just like he's at like max of everything just so he can be at the top of the leaderboard. I'm like, well, that's no fun. I can't even get into the top 10 because these people are just off doing that. So
That sounds like an excuse.
it is, yes. It's kind of
Yeah.
demotivating, but I mean, I haven't ridden the Peloton in like 2 months, but
Really?
I
All right, we
know,
got to get back. All right, I'm
I
gonna
know it's
buy
bad.
one. I'm gonna buy one,
I
and we're gonna.
cannot find myself working out in the morning. It's not my
Really,
thing.
I have to do it in the morning. If I don't do it in the
No,
morning, like by the end of the day, I'm toast.
I go to my trainer like at 10 or 11 every day. So that would mean I'd have to work out on the Peloton in the
Oh well, if you do a
morning.
trainer, like I don't do anything. I
We don't,
haven't.
yeah, but we don't cardio at the trainer because in theory I don't need to pay
Yeah,
someone to make me do cardio. I probably should since I'm not doing it on my own. But
yeah,
it so but when I'm on
yeah,
the Peloton, I feel a lot better. It's getting used to the Peloton at first. It kind of hurts to sit down on it.
yeah.
I
I
also
got
didn't
some
realize
bike
that we got
shorts.
into the business about the same time.
Oh really?
I didn't know that. I was 2011. You were
Oh,
2012.
nice.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
did not
know
know
that.
that. It was March of 2012. I got my license.
I think I was like August. What's my thing? 20. Yeah, it was like August 2011.
Nice.
I got to
Yeah,
figure out my seating position here a little bit better.
yeah. I know. I'm still messing with the camera, and I'm like,
That's right.
I want to. Yeah, in the camera angle. I don't know if this is a good angle.
Remember, we're just going to take
I don't-
snippets, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I should sit up, work on my posture a little
I
bit.
know I keep finding myself, I keep sliding downward.
Yeah,
I
posture.
start sitting upright and then
I mean,
it's the
my
leather.
ultimate goal is to sit like,
Let's
but I don't want it too casual. We want people to actually pay
just lay
attention.
down during the
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
Just put the
No,
camera right here. Yeah.
that's funny.
Um,
Yeah, no, I got into it in 2011. I was not a collegiate athlete, believe it or not. Not Mr. Athletic at all. I golf, everybody. That's it. Not well either. Um,
no one golfs good.
yeah,
No
they do.
one's a
I
good
know a
golfer. Let's
lot of
be
good
honest.
people that golf. My brother's a phenomenal golfer. My team lead Tyler's a great golfer.
Yeah, but like the majority of people,
I
like
know.
what's great though?
But
Like
I hate when these
80s,
people say, "Oh, I'm not
70s.
even good," and then you go out and golf with
Oh,
them, and they like shoot under. I'm like,
yeah.
what the hell was that? Like when I say I'm not good at it, I'm not good at
Like
it.
I'm
Plus, it
really
depends on
not
how much I
good.
drink too, because
That there's definitely a max or a drink to like score ratio.
I'm still in that part of golf because I have my golf coach. I'm still in that part where like I have to mentally think through what he's told me when I go up to swing. So I hit all the parts, and so if I drink too much, I forget to do that, and then I just wonder why my game has gone to shit.
Yeah.
That's why. But it
Golf's
also
a hard sport
relaxes me
though.
to drink too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um so yeah, I went to school. I was the only kid ever who knew what he was gonna do. With Legos, all I built was houses. I would just like draw on big graph paper. On Sims, my little characters would die because I was just so focused on like building these big houses and stuff. I wouldn't even pay attention to them.
Dude, I used to play The Sims too.
Yeah, the cheat code Rosebud 1. Yeah, I still have that memorized. Got a free
That's
$1,000 every
hilarious.
time. And then if you used to do like Rosebud times 10, you'd get, 10 grand. So I would
Yeah.
just keep doing that all the time. And so anyway, I always knew or thought I knew I was going to be an architect. So I was like the only kid ever who knew what he was going to do with his life.
God, that's so
Um,
funny. I
I
wanted
know,
to be an architect too.
which was completely opposite of what I ended up doing. And so
I mean,
I
not
went
opposite. Like you design houses.
well now, but like that was
Oh,
like full circle. I didn't start that
oh,
way.
gotcha.
So I went to architecture school for a year. Then just found out like I mean, I just realized school's not really for me. So after that, I transferred to local college here, changed my major, did all that, and then I literally went there for a day and I left and I was like, this isn't for me either. And on the way home, I drove into real estate school, no idea what really led me there. And signed up for my 3 classes, told my family that I was leaving college to go to real estate school. Up until 3 years ago, I didn't know this. They'd all told me at Christmas one year that they thought that was the worst decision I could make because I was this shy kid who got intimidated easily and they didn't see how I was going to make it in sales. So that was fun. So thank you, family,
Yeah.
for that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
Shout
glad I
out.
proved
Shout
all
out
that
to the
wrong.
family. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, now I've, started, like we said, in 2011 and kind of had a really slow, I think I sold like 7 houses my first year.
Yeah. Well,
Got
that
a
also
builder.
the market was horrible.
I know. Thank you for
Yeah. No,
making
that's
me
7
feel better.
houses.
That's
That's good.
I know.
Almost one a
I
month.
mean, maybe 7 Arizona priced houses, not Omaha priced houses. Uh, and then I got a builder, I think like year 3, who's now, I mean, they're really good friends of mine. They kind of retired from home building and have done their own thing now. But, and then last year I started my own home building company. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the board, everything real estate
Heck
related.
yeah. Love that. Sounds like a wealth of knowledge. You know more about that kind of stuff than I don't know. I mean, I'd love to learn just all that. I mean, there's a lot to building a house, and I'm
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
building a house is very stressful. I mean, I've had my own built, and so I've been through like the customer side of the process. And then obviously now I run. I mean, I'm not building anyone's house. I'm not managing that. I'm just the owner of the company and I finance it, design it, and find the lots to build it on. And then my foreman, his name's Carl. He does the rest of the work and manages our subs and our vendors and everything else. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, and you also have a real estate team, right?
Yeah, I just started that. So when did you start your team? Was that original? Like, was that right out of the
Well,
gate?
I mean, I say started the team. I mean, when I jumped on board with my dad, that was, I guess, technically a team
Oh,
from the get-go. But we hired our first, we had a transaction coordinator that we hired first, I think 5 years in. I think it's been 5 or 6 years now. And then she's still with us, but she's moved to like full-time sales and doesn't do any of the TC work anymore. I'm gonna have another lady that does that for us. And then yeah, I think she was not living to her full potential, just being a transaction coordinator.
Oh, that's good then that you got to see her like actually.
Yeah, I've seen her grow and
cool.
She's sold some awesome houses and she's busy and she's a mom as well. She's got 2 kids and she has a busy life for sure.
Yeah,
I think way busier than mine.
I tell people all the time, I have no idea how they're parents in real estate because I mean, maybe it's just me, but I mean, I'm all over the board. Like today, I was in like 3 different cities today driving around and we have like little, I'm sure you do too, like Flagstaff's like a suburb of Phoenix, isn't it?
Well, Flag is like 2 hours away.
Oh.
I would not consider Flagstaff, but I would say like, Scottsdale,
Phoenix,
Mesa,
like
Chandler,
Cave Creek, all those areas.
yeah, Cave Creek, yeah, all that.
So that's like me. I was in like Valley and Fremont, all over the place today. Little suburbs.
Good for you. I was stuck at home with my kid.
Well, it's
but it was
gloomy
fine.
here. It's gloomy
Yeah,
here today. It was a good day to stay at home.
Yeah, well, it's been really nice here lately. I mean, let's see. I think the weather.
It's gonna snow here on Wednesday, Curtis. So I don't want to hear about it.
Let's see what Wednesday. Wednesday is high of 73. Wednesday, and today is March 6th. So we have gotten some great weather ahead of us. Today says a high of 71, cloudy 71. Honestly, couldn't ask for a better day.
I'm debating because I don't. Do you listen to country music?
I used to when I was a kid. That's kind of all we listened to growing up. But no, not necessarily.
Well, country music is a lot better today than it was when you were a kid. So you should probably start it again.
Ooh, that's
that's not like the old country is not my thing. No, new country.
I think there are some good songs. I mean, like Garth Brooks is a legend. I think it just kind of depends what kind of country music. I mean, I like today's country more than that, but I think you're
so yeah,
stirring up some
so Morgan Wallen's going on his tour, and now that he just released his next album, of course, tickets skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And we haven't bought tickets yet. And so they're like $700 a piece
Jeez, is it worth
here
it?
here. What?
Is it worth it?
I don't know, here in Omaha, but we're like, if we're going to spend that much money, we might as well travel somewhere. So I'm debating
Yeah.
because he's going to be playing at Chase Field in Phoenix, and I'm debating
Oh
whether to,
shoot.
I know, wouldn't that
Yeah.
be fun? I know, I'm
Come
debating whether
take
to
a
come
trip
down there
out.
and
I'll
do
go with
that.
you.
I know, that'd be a
I
blast.
would. Yeah.
So
Chase,
yeah,
that's where
they'll
the
be,
Diamondbacks play.
yeah. Oh, so it's indoors.
It's indoors.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God. Okay,
Technically,
because
the roof opens.
I was like June in Phoenix. No,
Yeah. No, they'll
outside, too
have the
hot.
roof closed. No, it's indoors. If it's Chase Field, will be inside.
Because one
That's
time,
that's
one of my clients somehow ended up with a suite to like the Diamondbacks Cubs game, but it was
nice.
like July or something, and he invited us down there to go to it, and I was like nervous the whole time that I was just going to be outside,
Oh no,
like
we got
sweating.
indoors.
So yeah, no, I was very, very happy. So yeah, I've been to Chase Field. I was
I
very
think
happy with
Chase
that.
Field was the first stadium that you could open the roof.
Oh, really?
I think that's a fun fact. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That was like
Better check that. Better check that.
2001-ish. I think yeah, I want to, well, I bet it was before that.
Well, if you think about it, I
No,
mean,
because
it
they won
makes
the World
sense
Series in
because,
2001. It was
I
like
mean,
98. I think 97, 98 was our inaugural season.
oh, I didn't realize it's been there that long.
Yeah. And I think it was
Hmm.
the first stadium with the retractable roof. Yeah. Whoever, if you're listening to this podcast, fact check me. That would be nice. I just have all these fun facts and they're probably all wrong.
I do not want to be
Um,
fact checked, so no. Um, yeah, no. So I just started a team last year. I think in October was our first official time as a team. It's actually kind of difficult for me because it's award season right now, and I'm not
mhm.
winning any awards. And
Oh, because you technically have the team.
yeah, so normally I win a lot, but now like my volume went into the team, but our team got so big so quickly, we're considered a mega team already. And
How many people on your team?
12.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
We
is a mega team.
we went up to 14, and then no 13, and then one of them had to leave because unfortunately her employer thinks they can dictate that she can't sell houses part-time. So anyway, so
Weird.
she's kind of
Is she in
tabled
the
for
same
me.
realm of like
No, she's in the
lending?
banking. I mean, she's in the banking industry.
Yeah.
She's not even like the upfront mortgage part of it. And it was a weird thing. She'll be back, but anyway. So we onboarded, I mean, 12 other people in like a 60-day period, and that was exhausting.
I was gonna say that's a lot.
Yeah. We had to renovate our whole office here. And then just, I mean, because like you said, you want to get systems in place this year.
Yeah.
I mean, for 11 years, I've used just a literally Excel spreadsheet to keep track of my clients. Like I didn't have like a fancy database or whatever. And so I had to learn like new CRMs myself, and then of course teach it to the team. We just had to demo all these products to figure out what's best. And so it's been a lot. So, but
Yeah.
I,
Hopefully it's worth it.
no, I know 11 years solo. Like it's actually been really fun to have people around the office and kind of like watch them watch them have questions and kind of watch them grow. And it reminds me of
Heck
me
yeah.
when I first started too. So
For sure. Yeah, I think that's a fun, like the coaching aspect of having a team and just all that in general. I used to train kids basketball wise, especially when I was playing, like for the summers, I'd come back home and try to make a little bit of money training and seeing, especially, I mean, I'm a big fan of like kids and seeing kids get better and learn and all that kind of stuff is super rewarding. So it's probably, and it's kind of the same thing with training a team member who's fresh in the business to make their first sale and then kind of grow
yeah,
as a
we have
human
a
and also
few
in
like
business. And I think that's awesome.
we have a few brand new people. And then we have some that have been around for like a year and they wanted to change to be on a team. And so that's been the most fun is like I mean, I sort of lost that, like, I don't know the word for it, but when I first got into real estate, like how exciting it was to like sell a house and do a deal, and that sort of gets washed away the more you sell.
Yeah.
And that sort of humbles me and like brings me back like why I got into this business to begin with.
Heck yeah.
So for a lot of reasons, the team's really good.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is an exciting time, and it's most people's biggest investment of their life. And I mean, there's a lot of people who dream of home ownership, and making that happen for them is pretty rewarding that we get to be in the center of it all.
Yeah, like I had gotten to one point where this lender walked down the hall and they're like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh, it's closing day." And she's like, "Oh, yay, it's closing day." And I was like, "Mm." And she's like, "You should be happy." And I was like, "No, I'm happy when I get the paycheck." And she was like, "Oh my God, that's terrible." And and so that's kind of how I was for like the last couple of years, just because again,
Yeah,
I've seen a lot in real estate and like I've been through a lot in real estate. So I mean, it does
it can
jade
get
you a little bit.
monotonous. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So
but to make that exciting for the clients, definitely
for sure.
helpful.
Yeah. I mean, I always made a
Yeah,
good experience for the client, but I was
yeah,
more focused on the wrong thing for a little while. So
yeah. Well, that's life.
and I guess 13 if you include Globe Man.
Yeah, what is Glow Man? Tell me
I
about
gotta
Glow
give
Man.
Globe
I
Man.
love that.
I have to give Globe Man a name, but
Yeah,
I
Glow Man. Yeah, if you're,
one
yeah,
of
we
my
need some
buddies is a
names.
commercial realtor and his mom had just passed away and she had this huge house like in like this mature part of Omaha and just like big old houses and um I wanted to list it so they had this huge estate sale so he told me I had to come by and he's a blast. He has like 50 years of just real estate stories.
Nice.
And so I just sat there and I talked to him for like 3 hours just about random nothing and just listened to stories. And then he told me I had to buy something. And so I just wandered through the whole house. I mean, everything is like 1950s, 60s, 70s. Like none of it was really my thing. And I happened upon Globe Man in like a corner of the basement. And it's not even really antique. Trenton had it made because he owned a company called World Group. And Trenton also has a podcast in Omaha, which is kind of fun.
Nice. Oh, we got to
Uh,
get him on.
yeah, he talks about like Omaha development and just new restaurants and everything else. So
That's
his is
cool.
cool. But anyway, he had this thing he made when he had a company called World Group, and there's actually like a little hole in his hand where he holds a flag, and I don't know, like I don't know, he just like waves a flag in the air or something. So anyway, the flag was not
Nice.
included because he lost it, but
Is it
for
a
now,
bar thing?
is it what?
Is it a bar? Like,
No,
does it have a,
he's just by
it's just
himself.
Glow Man by himself? Oh, I see. He's standing on a,
See, he's just by himself.
I still got the tag on him, huh?
I
So he's for
know.
sale?
No, everything's always for sale, Curtis. But
So I got
no,
kind
he
of a
did.
similar story. Maybe
Oh,
not really. I have an actual like antique bar, like a globe bar, like from Italy. So
cool.
we sold a house. Like it was like my second year in real estate. Lady was downsizing, or she was going into like a retirement home, and her house was full of antiques. Like I'm talking like they had an estate sale, and I couldn't even tell you how much money she made, because there was like paintings and stuff, and or like pot, not pot, like a silver china, like all this type of stuff where people can.
Pause. My little light fell down. I also don't even have it on, so
We said that was gonna happen, right?
I know. I said that was going to happen at some point. So yeah,
Um,
that's funny. Sorry about that.
it's all right.
In fact, I could
Yeah,
see it getting like not because it's clamped on there, so I can see it getting like looser and looser as the podcast went on. So I
that's
knew that was
funny.
going to happen. I know.
Well, you called it before we went on,
Hmm.
or that was, yeah, something
I
whatever.
did.
But anyways, yeah. So she had this antique globe that she bought in Italy and flew down from Italy, and it's all like in like Latin or something.
Cool.
It's all like hand leathered, hand painted. It's like literally like what you see on like the like Mad Men, or like one of those old TV shows
Well, I
where it
love
opens
that.
up
That's
and
cool.
it's like a bar on the inside. Yeah, it's like my prized possession. I think I
Sweet.
bought it for $350 or $250 or something from
She
her.
didn't just give it to you because you were a client, you were her
No.
agent. Oh,
Yeah, I had to
fun.
buy it. I felt like I should buy it.
Oh,
But I think it's probably worth in the thousands.
I've gotten like, so I was building my house and I needed a washer and dryer. Now I didn't plan this, but it seems that way. And I was selling my client's house and he had this brand new like $4,000 washer and dryer set in it. And he forgot that in the contract it said they didn't want it. So it's like the day before closing and I was like, "Hey, we have to get rid of the washer and dryer." And he's like, $500, just sell it to someone. And I was like, oh, okay, here you go. Here's $500.
Yeah.
And then it solved my problem and it solved his problem. So like I've gotten so much stuff that way from clients of mine
One
before.
of my favorite things I've ever gotten from a client was I think it's a 30 long gun safe.
Wow.
We wrote it into the contract when he bought the house.
Okay.
And then we sold that house and he wanted to keep the safe. So he moved to a rental for, I don't even know, it's a few months to buy another house, or they were I can't remember what it was. No, they were buying something else. But anyways, we helped him move all that to the rental. And then I kept bugging him like, hey, what are you gonna do with your safe? Like, I want your safe. And he goes, okay, if you help me move my whole house from this rental to the next house, then I'll let you have it. And I was like, done.
I
So
would
this was like,
I would have just
I,
bought a new gun safe and had it delivered to me.
well, at that point, so listen, I paid for a U-Haul, and I think the U-Haul was like $100 or
Okay.
$150. And then I paid two of my buddies $100 each to help us move furniture.
Oh,
So I was into this
smart.
safe for like $300.
How much is it? How much is the safe?
I think it's like $1,300 if you
Oh,
buy it
okay.
brand new.
Hmm.
But at the
Okay, not
time,
bad. Not bad.
that was and I still have it. And I've moved it 4 times probably. So
I
now I've
refuse to
paid
help.
more than what it's worth, but
I
that's
refuse
okay.
to help anybody move.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point. I usually don't anymore. But when I first got my license, that was my dad always like offered to help move people. And
No.
I'm like, oh,
No.
and then I'm roped into that every
Just wait.
time.
If you ever get a pickup truck,
He
just
has one. Yeah, my dad's got a
yeah.
truck and a trailer and all that, and I
Yeah, everyone's like, "Can I borrow
refuse.
your pickup truck to help me move?" No. They're like, "Well,
Yeah,
can you like bring it over and help us move?" No, I cannot.
yeah, no, I'm not.
One of those
That's
other
not me.
activities you should not do in your 30s is move, is help people move. No.
Yeah, it's tough. I especially well, I had an excuse the last couple of years because my both legs.
I
Like,
just
oh, sorry, I
I
can't
don't even
move
need an
heavy
excuse.
things.
I just don't want to. I just
Yeah, not a huge. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
certain things they
all about
have. I
helping.
mean, same
Yeah,
thing how you shouldn't sell your own house, right? You shouldn't move yourself.
yeah,
Like
but
I
people are
told you,
cheap.
I don't really do anything of my own because I don't want the oil change guy to sell his house without me.
Yeah,
So I go to him to change my oil.
yeah. I had that guy end up using somebody else, sadly, and honestly, I think it was the wife, which happens a
The guy
lot.
you helped move?
No, 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 no. This is no my oil change guy,
Oh, I was
my
like,
service guy
wow.
for my car. I was sending him houses, running comps on his house, and then all of a sudden, like crickets.
Oh no.
And I think that's my guess. I never
Hmm.
really talked about it, but yeah, that's a bummer. But that happens. I
Do
mean,
you ever ask clients, or I guess not clients, do you ever ask people why they didn't go with you if they don't choose you?
sometimes I think it just depends on the situation. I'll do that a lot with like relo. If I don't get a relo client,
Okay.
um, I'll ask that. But I would say most of the time I do.
I like to do that just,
Yeah, I
if you
usually
can
do. I
improve or
mean,
anything.
yeah, no, I do. It's been a little while, but
Yeah, I don't
uh,
I mean I'm fairly lucky in the regard that like I don't really compete a whole lot. I mean I've been referral based now for I mean that's pretty much the only business I do is referral based for
yeah,
6, 7
that's
years.
kind of how we are. My hope is to make that 50% of our business and then just keep growing.
Right.
But it is a lot of work. But someone's got to do it.
What is? Oh, Relo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, just anything other than referral business.
Oh yeah,
Like
right.
growing up, yeah, getting clients.
Yeah, like we're trying to do
However you want
this
to get
lead gen
clients.
thing now for the
Yeah.
team and I mean, that's a lot of work to get set up, work with Zillow
Yeah.
and realtor.com and just figure out what zip codes work and which ones don't and just all the processes you have to go through. So yeah, I mean, me
Yeah.
personally, I don't want to deal with lead generation, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing for the team members for sure.
well,
But
yeah, I mean, if I had to start over again, brand new, I would have started on a team with lead generation
yeah.
and just like sell the crap out of those for like 3 years, but stay in touch with all of them. And then, leave, go do my own thing, but then have all those people that I sold houses to.
Yeah, I think there's always something that you would have done differently. I think my dad was very old school in how he ran the business, and a lot of that was just referral based and didn't spend money on anything. So I've kind of learned to be frugal in that regard. But now I think we've kind of missed the chance on a lot of advertising and marketing type stuff but here we are, we're still successful in our own right. So I think that's kind of the next step of everything. I think my dad's obviously getting a little bit older. I don't think he'll ever retire. I tell people he's semi-retired.
Yeah, most agents never retire.
Yeah. So it's kind of my turn to take things over and do things a little bit differently and modernize stuff. And so I'm excited for us and the team and where the future's.
And he probably likes that. It's new, like youthful energy, new ideas.
And he's proud to say that I'm taking.
Was this all your dad did? Was sell real estate, or did he do anything before?
No, he crazy enough. So he was in the Air Force. He's actually from Illinois.
Oh,
so my mom's from Kansas City, Missouri. My dad's from Illinois. I think he was born in Chicago. My grandpa was an air traffic controller at Midway and O'Hare. So we've always been, or at least he's always been involved in like airplanes and aerospace and all that. So he went to the Air Force in California. And then when he was done with that, he moved. He had a brother that lived out here in Arizona. So he moved in with his brother and got a job at the time it was called Garrett Aviation. And basically he was a jet engine mechanic. So he built jet engines for like corporate jets.
Oh, cool.
So he did that for 15 years or so. When I was a kid, he met my mom and all that, whatever they did. My mom, yeah. Anyways, there's 4 of us kids. So he worked at the airport and built jet engines for 15 years. It's Honeywell now, but I don't know if it's called retired. I don't know what's called he like put his time in 15 years. And then after that, he opened up a car wash and a jewelry gallery in Cave Creek. So he's always been kind of like,
those are 2 totally different things.
Totally different. However, they were tied together. So basically how he had it set up is it's a full service car wash. And when you go bring your car in, once you go inside, there's a jewelry gallery inside. So it's like Cave Creek is very rustic and like there's a lot of Native American pottery and paintings.
I've eaten dinner there once.
So it was actually pretty neat where it was up in Cave Creek and you go in and you could like buy jewelry, like turquoise and all these Native American paintings and whatnot. And it was kind of just a different experience than any other just like normal car wash. So
yeah, I would say so.
I think his biggest sale, he sold like a $40,000 painting or something one time. I was like, that's pretty dope. Like get your car wash and spend 40 grand on a painting.
Yeah,
like
just a casual Saturday activity.
Yeah, so that was cool. So he did that for a few years and then sold all that and got into real estate after that. So I think he's been doing it since 2002, maybe 2003. He got into real estate and then haven't left.
That's neat.
So yeah, he's got a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
But
what's his biggest sale?
Oh man, that's a good question. I actually don't know. And we had one last year and we still do everything together. A lot of times we'll go on listing presentations together if we need to. But we had one close last year for 2.4 million. That's probably our biggest. I think I'd have to ask him. I don't know what he did back in the day. I mean, pricing was crazy when he had his license. So maybe he did one. I don't remember actually. I don't know. I wasn't a part of it. So the biggest one that we've done together was 2.4. But we're hoping to get that growing, get that price, get that up. What's your biggest one? I know you do a lot of luxury.
3.8.
3.8?
It's actually I'm a little annoyed because it would have been the number one biggest resale in the market. But like 22 years ago, my work grandma, Carolyn Kessick, as I call her, because my grandparents are all dead. So I have like work grandparents.
Hmm.
She sold the house for like $7.3 million, which will never be like done again here. And so that one will always be like the reigning
Okay,
title
so how
holder.
is that one so? Why was that so expensive?
To
Was
be
it just a
honest, I don't.
crazy
Well,
house?
it's like in a it's
Was it
like
like
right in Midtown, but it's like 4 acres in the middle of Omaha. The house is like 27,000 square feet or something.
Jesus?
And I just think like right place, right time. I mean,
Yeah,
I it was shocking to me that when I looked that up. So that will always be like reigning number one. But I had like the most expensive in the last, call it 20 years.
that's
Uh,
amazing.
and then well, that was a house I took 2.5 years to sell.
Hmm.
It was actually funny. My history, was he my history teacher? Anyway, he was history or geography or one of those two. Um, Teacher in high school, and they were his parents. And
Wow.
so when I got into real estate, I reached out to him and sent him a couple letters because I was too intimidated to call them at first. And well, because you never know. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
their house was on the market for like it was like $5.5 million because it was the house on 100 acres. We ended up selling it with the house and 50 acres, and then he sold the 50 acres to someone else. So he actually netted a lot higher than he ever thought he would on his total sale. Um, but anyway, so finally, like one day, I get this letter back in the mail. No, no, no. I sent the letters out. I sit back at my computer and I had an email from this man, and I was like, "What is this?" And I thought he was going to tell me like, "Stop sending me letters," blah 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 blah, whatever. And he said like he loved the letters, and him and his wife wanted me to come out and talk to him. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Love
Like
that.
this is the moment I've always wanted, and now I'm like too nervous to go. And so I like put on like one of my dad's suits because I that was one of the things I got when he died. So I put on his like Armani suit or whatever. It doesn't really fit me all that well. And I'm like driving up this driveway. The driveway is a quarter of a mile long. And the house just gets bigger as like, you get closer to it. And like
Yeah.
my palms are starting to sweat. And I'm getting like all nervous going up here to these people. And and I walk up to the door and the dogs are barking, and the first thing he says to me when he comes outside is he's like, "See that balcony up there?" He goes, "That's like the best shooting spot in this whole house." And then immediately I thought I was like at the Clampett's house or some shit. And so so then I just felt a lot more like down to earth and comfortable. Um and so we
That's
went and
awesome.
toured the whole thing, and then I became friends with him. And so I kept it off market for a while. And then finally we put it on the market on and off for 2 years. And then the third year, I ran a Facebook ad, and some guy who was going to build a house on his land saw this Facebook ad, came out, looked at the house twice, and we did an all cash deal for 3,810,000.
Dude, that's amazing.
So it was a cool culmination, and
Heck
it was
yeah. I
like
mean,
this cool moment. Like I was sitting at his table and we talked through everything, and the seller shook my hand and he's like, "Okay, we finally have a deal, and thanks for getting it done." So it was cool.
that's
So
amazing.
yeah,
Heck
and
yeah.
then I just sold the winery for 3.1
Yeah.
million. So that's going to
How
be
much?
another fun deal.
How much was that one?
Listed for 3.1, uh sold it for 2.8, and I double bubbled the deal. So
Can't
but
be
I just
mad
like
at
that I
that.
sold I just like that I sold a winery. That's fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Now I have to
You
like
get some
sell an
free wine out
airport.
of it or what?
Is what?
You get some free wine out of it?
Yeah, I mean every time I went there to talk to the people, they gave us free wine.
Well, send me some.
I mean it's great wine. They have like 25 acres of plants and everything else. So it's, I mean, but it's going to be like a fun event venue, winery,
Awesome.
that sort of thing. So it's going to be a cool use. But yeah, now I need to go sell like an airport or some shit so I can
Right?
keep
Yeah.
selling unique things.
I love that.
I know I do too. It's fun.
That's really cool.
It makes it a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah. And it's exciting. Do something new.
Very, very.
I'm trying to think of the craziest thing. I mean, we sold a ranch last year, which was probably the craziest thing that we've done.
Like
It
how many acres?
was like 52 acres, I think. But it came with cattle, and there was like
Oh,
land lease with the government so they can graze. And there's like there's a creek on it where you can like pan for gold. And there's like a lot of just random stuff. But it was,
cool.
I think there was three houses on the land.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, that was probably the most unique. I'm trying to think if I've done anything else.
We almost did get to sell an airport. I don't exactly remember the logistics of the deal, but it was some guy who owned like a small local airport here. And like people, it was like hobby planes and stuff. And he wanted to buy something. So he asked us if we could trade the airport for whatever he was trying to buy. And I can't exactly remember what he was trying to buy. That deal didn't work out, but that would have been a lot of fun.
That would have been cool.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been funny. I mean, I've sold commercial buildings and stuff like that, but yeah, the winery will be the most unique thing I've sold.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think we have any wineries. We have some nearby, maybe like an hour and a half
Those are
north
more like
and
up in
an hour
like
and a half
Sonoma,
south.
aren't they?
You'd be surprised. There's actually some close to Tucson and there's some close to Flagstaff over here. I don't know how much production that they do or how they taste, but yeah, where there's wineries in Arizona, crazy enough. But we're not that far from like Temecula or like places in California.
Oh, we love Temecula. We want to buy a house there.
Yeah, Temecula is. I think it's
That's-
only a 4-hour drive, 5-hour drive, maybe.
Charlie, he's obsessed with Temecula.
Really?
Because
I
it's
had a
not, I
cousin-
mean, it's not like Napa Valley proper, so you're not paying
Yeah.
like Napa Valley prices for it, you know?
It's beautiful though. I had a
Yeah,
cousin get
so I've
married out
heard.
there.
And the real estate's actually like fairly reasonable for California. So, I mean, $3 to $4 million for like a 2,000 square foot house is reasonable.
I'll say
but,
what's reasonable in California?
that's reasonable in California. So
That's crazy. I know I
Yeah.
have a buddy that's in LA area and he's looking at a 2-bedroom, 1-bath condo and it's like needs everything. And it's like 550,000 or something crazy.
yeah, I don't understand.
It's
Like I
California.
actually think like I mean, there's those wild houses in Scottsdale and Paradise Valley that are like 17, 20, 25 million.
We have some really expensive houses out
But
here.
I mean, like I think like the majority of your houses are like fairly, I guess, reasonable, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a big reason why a lot of people move here is we're not California pricing by not
You're
even
gonna be
close.
if those California people keep moving in though.
We have a lot of transplants here. I think from the Midwest too. We get a lot of people from Nebraska.
Oh, I know. Scottsdale's
Yeah.
like a second Omaha.
It's wild.
I
but
know
yeah,
at
I think our
least
median price
200
is
people
like.
with houses down there.
Say that again.
I know at least 200 people from Omaha with houses down there.
And I haven't got one referral from you, huh?
You stop. Okay. I could say something there, but I'm not going to. Okay. Just in case
We just
they
met.
watch-
That's okay. We just met. That's all
just in
right.
case they watch the show.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
You did
Well,
just
how-
meet me. It hasn't even
How
been
long?
a
How
year.
long have we been recording? Have you? What are we at? Can you see it?
No,
I don't know what time we started.
I don't think it tells me. I mean, we can be good for today. You're good with
That's
that.
your call. I mean, or we can. I brought a change of clothes and all that, so we can.
Oh, I did not. I forgot that because I thought we were just hopping on every week.
Oh, I mean, we can do whatever.
Stop recording today. Oh, I guess we can pause too. I didn't know that. Okay, we're good. We're back. We're back.
Okay, yeah, we're back. Okay,
Okay.
we are back. I mean, back for. Hopefully, we're gonna have episode 2 coming up. We got to figure out when we're gonna do that one.
Yeah, we're gonna have episode 2. I think we're gonna bring a guest in episode 2.
Let's do that.
And then
That
we'll
sounds fun.
or maybe I'll bring in one, you bring in one. We'll just start,
We can do that.
kind of just chit chatting with them a little bit. It'll give us a little bit of a break now that people kind of know who we are. And then we can have them come and just, I don't know, just, I think we want to interview people that like own a business, not, it doesn't have to just be real estate related, but I think I just kind of
Right.
want to like pick the brain of other,
Business
self-employed
owners.
individuals
Yeah,
or
people
business
who are
owners and things
doing
like that,
something
just to
different.
see, what makes them tick, how they work, what their routines are, that sort of thing.
Love that. Yeah, I'm excited. I think we got a lot of momentum, and we've been talking about this for a while, and to finally do it is pretty exciting.
I agree. I know.
So,
Thank you for the idea. So
yeah,
I'm glad.
I mean, it kind of was. Was it my idea? Somebody else.
Totally
kind
your
of
idea. You texted me one day and said, "Would you be down to do a podcast?" That was
Yeah.
as a text message.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how that went, but we'll see.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm excited, man. It's good stuff. And it's really exciting that we have to do it on Zoom. We're not even in the same state.
I know.
I think that's crazy. We'll have to do it when I come out to Omaha and or when you come to Phoenix.
Yeah,
You're coming here
we'll
at
do
some
like
point.
special sessions together.
Yeah. Yeah, bring all your stuff if you can.
I know. I feel like
Or
I'll just
I can get a little setup here.
I know. I
Bring
feel like I
another
mean just
mic.
yeah, well, I
Bring
mean,
the
I feel like
mic.
just bring the microphone, but
Yeah, just
I'll
bring
have
the
everything
mic. I got
else. You're
everything
good.
else. Yeah.
And that obnoxious ring light that you have, I'm not sure that you're gonna pack
Honestly,
that
it's
in a
pretty legit.
suitcase.
And my eyes are kind of I need some it might be a little too bright. I think next time I'll turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, mine my ring light fell down halfway through the podcast, so that'll make it on the blooper
Oh,
reel.
yeah, that'll be good. But hey, thanks for whoever's watching, whoever's listening, thanks for tuning in. This is just the beginning where we're excited to keep things rolling and get some good content and awesome people on the podcast. So come back for episode 2 and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. I'm excited.
Bye guys.
Thanks.